Alright, we got a ready from both players, and let's count us down in chat in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Players have begun, both with a T in the middle of their stacks. First Tetris goes to Rhubarb. Moe knocks on a Tetris, answers back. Already has a T-spin set up. Oh, looks like a misdrop with the J piece. Couldn't rotate it because the J piece was shifted too far to the left side. And just like that, Moe is already in a dig situation. It gets a beautiful J piece and some few others to resolve it a bit. Still not quite out of the woods yet. Like some piece like a long bar on the right side. Resolve this. There isn't really other way aside from taking a trouble with the long bar. And perhaps Moe will be going for a roll 2 Tetris setup. But with the piece Moe is being given right now, Moe is drilling this back down. Rhubarb, on the other hand, nice and clean start from the get-go. 52,000 for Moe, 98,000 for Rhubarb. Rhubarb running into a little bit of traffic up high in the board. These pieces doesn't seem friendly right now, but gets the long bar to relieve some pressure from Rhubarb and gets another one to lower the stack. So we're looking a little spicy on Rhubarb's side, but those long bars came just in time to make things less awkward for Rubes. A touch for Rhubarb, that'll bring him to 171. The Moe at 120 creates a long bar dependency. It's a long bar to fill it in. Knocks down a Tetris. Rhubarb currently with a 2.5 Tetris lead. Moe with an interesting J placement. There's another Tetris for Moe. 190 on the dot. Looks like an indecision with the long bar placement. Sets up another T-spin setup. Will the T come for Moe? As expected, when you have a T-spin setup, oh, there it is. Never mind. T-spin came. Moe is running into traffic, which will give Rob an opportunity to build out the lead even more. This Rua had to block the wall momentarily there to uncover a hole. And uncovers it again, knocks down a Tetris. As a result of that, Rob also creates a T-spin setup of his own. 252 for Moe, 314 for Rhubarb. Rhubarb with about a 3 to 4 Tetris lead, and then knocks down another one. Here's a Tetris for Moe. Tucks the J. There's a Tetris for Rhubarb. Another Tetris for Rhubarb. Looks to be on pace for a 600k transition. Yes, I said the word pace. It was like so 2020. Oh, Moe, meanwhile, running into a bit of trouble right now. Need some good pieces, Moe. Oh no! And Moe's gonna be done at 307, and Rhubarb is good for game 1, and it's the first heart. GG's. Fortunate there. all pieces. All purse did them in. I guess that's how the cookie crumbles goes sometimes. Got it ready from both players. Let's not beat around the bush, and let's head straight into game 2. Counting us down in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Droughts are unfair. Yep, Game Theory. Couldn't have said it better myself. Oh, I'm not sure if that L placement was on. Then the. Oh, good. All right. Okay, what I was about to say, Rhubarb had an interesting L placement. I don't know if it was on purpose or not, but it worked out in favor. There's a Tetris for Lemao Yeet. Ooh, Lemao Yeet with some interesting long bar rotations and overtaps that T-piece for a misdrop. Oh, and Lemao Yeet will spend some time trying to clean out his stack a bit. Lemao Yeet. Is that a mistap with the long bar on the 9th column? Looks like it. Our setup for row 3 Tetris gets the Tetris. Now has an overhang setup. And in spite of that, though, Lemao Yeet is still only 2 Tetrises behind. And again, it is early days. Tetris for Lemao Yeet. Bringing those long bars to the left side. Unfortunately, couldn't use them for the Tetris. Just something that we all can relate to. Looks like I'm not the only one getting rid of frames, but I assume, yeah, it's probably from Lemao Yeet's end. Not Rhubarb, though. Rhubarb stream seems fine, but Lemao Yeet looks fine. Like, once again. Lemao Yeet uncovers the well. Oh my gosh, was that on purpose? If it was, and that was a sick 5 and below from Lemao Yeet there. Which is Rhubarb. This flatting resolves the board nicely. Lemao Yeet, meanwhile, finally uncovers that diagonal heart-shaped hole, I should say. Lemao Yeet is looking to be setting up an 8th column Tetris. Gets it. Perfect well transfer back to the right well as well. Just for Rhubarb. Simul Tetris. 254 for Lemao Yeet, 308 for Vicious Rhubarb. Another Tetris for Rhubarb. We're halfway through level 18. 301 for Lemao Yeet, 354 for Rhubarb. 2 Tetris lead for Rhubarb right now. Nice sloping stack from Rhubarb. Able to burn whatever he wants. And there's yet another T-spin setup. The T doesn't come, so has to think of an alternative way to resolve that. Gets a Tetris, followed by a triple. Rhubarb is more than happy to build on row 240's Tetrises. Rhubarb getting a bit droughted right now. There it is. One more for the Tetris for Rhubarb. Lemao Yeet enters back and brought the lead down only to about a Tetris lead for Rhubarb. So it's pretty neck and neck. Oh yeah, I said the word, didn't I? Screw it though. Just 3 words though, so. Well, I guess if I want to get the chat, do some activity, get the chat to say some things, guess you gotta do things like that sometimes, yeah. 433 for Lamaoit, 473 for Vicious Rhubarb. Tetris for Lamaoit. Tetris for Lamaoit. Players are about to reach transition. Lamaoit being, misses the T-spin, but being forced to create it because RNG decides to treat him this way. There's a Tetris for Lamaoit. Would ideally want to get the stack in control before the transition hits. Gets a long bar, now needs another long bar. Gets a Tetris, transitions at 531, Rhubarb at 573. Perfect well transfer for Lamaoit as well. Here's a Tetris for Rhubarb, for Lamaoit as well. New game begins. This is where players will strut their stuff, and this is the level where separates the good players from the great players. Rhubarb running into traffic. Some decent pieces. What players to stack aren't exactly in the best of shape right now. Rhubarb misdrop with the O piece right now. That's an over tap with the T piece there, and Rhubarb, and that's going to spiral out of control for Rhubarb. It's going to be done at 610, and Lamaoit is good at 620, and take a game back. GG's. Now 1-1. What's once a best of 5 is now a best of 3. Yeah, Rhubarb's rolling is still a work in progress. Of course, higher level rollers such as Cheese, Huff, you name it, don't really overtap as often. At least that's what I assume. Alright, we got it ready from both players. Gonna count us down. Game 3 in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Rhubarb, a nice adjustment with the L and J. Looks like an alternative chorion thing there with the J and L. Not sure if it has an actual name, so I am just going to call it that way. Players are off once again. Rhubarb, Tetris for Lamaoit. Rhubarb has a high long bar dependency on the left side. Realizes it and decides to lower the stack down. Have an easier time resolving that. Also in dual fashion. Rhubarb nicely adjusted O piece for the J. Knocks down a dirty Tetris. There's a Tetris for Lamaoit. Rhubarb looks to continue playing dirty. I mean, for roller height, this is pretty much nothing to them, but for tappers and DAS players like me, it can be a bit scary, but Good spot for that S piece for Rhubarb right now. RNG isn't being friendly to Rhubarb right now. Really needs precise rolling taps and of course good place placements to get out of it. And of course RNG to favor Rhubarb as well. It's very best to dig this down. Someone gives this man some good pieces right now. Really needs a J. We'll set up for a dirty. Gets a dirty Tetris. Rhubarb brings a stack down, but however, not quite home and dry yet. Rhubarb is set up for another dirty Tetris. Will the long mark come? Please give it to him. Give it to him. There it is. Tetris for Rhubarb. And so, yeah, I'm not sure of the exact specifics, but playing at this high is like equivalent to playing on 19, I suppose, yeah? And Rhubarb, couple more burns. And just like that, Rhubarb is out of this. But, however, as a result of that, big situation from Rhubarb just ran in. Malloy has amassed a bit of a lead and is also 9 lines behind Rhubarb as also. It's a true lead for Yeet right now. 326 for Yeet, 226 for Vicious Rhubarb. I wish. Oh, I wish. Tetris for Yeet. Yeet needs a piece like an L, but the L came one piece too late. And now it is Yeet's turn to try to dig out of some trouble. Something to the left, like a T. Like that, yeah? You're trying to tap this away. Oh, missed rotation with the Z piece from Yeet. This is going to spell issue for Yeet right now. It's the O over to the left side. Yeet is still in this. More to the left, nice. And this will be the window of opportunity that Rhubarb can take to catch up to Yeet's score. Yeet getting some good pieces to resolve this. Yeet. Oh, for a second there, I thought Yeet was going to go aggressive there. But knows better and decides to get it down safely. As tempting as it is to encourage more aggressive plays, but of course that would risk more early top outs, especially in a comp match. 471 for Yeet, 425. And as a result of that, Rhubarb has closed the gap significantly. And these players are about to transition as well. Tetris for Yeet transition at 519 and Rhubarb will transition at 457. There's a Tetris for Yeet. Rhubarb dealing with a center out right now. That's a crappy Z piece for Rhubarb. Rhubarb doing his very best to uncover that well, even if it means creating a hole. Not looking good for Rhubarb. Rhubarb is getting droughted right now. Finally, there's the long muff for Rhubarb, though. Oh, Rhubarb starting to lose control with the roll there. That's the long muff over to the left side. Oh my gosh, Rhubarb, and Rhubarb's gonna be done at 493. And Yeet is good at 634. Comes from behind. Oh, Vandy, wasn't it 2-1? Oh yeah, it is, yeah. Sorry you did that, because I was about to say, yeah. Oh yeah, Sudoku. Definitely more interesting than watching Tetris right now. Okay. Got a hover free from Rhubarb, and let me find in chat. Ah, there it is. Lemao is ready as well. Let's go with game 4. It's a crucial one though. It's match point for Lemao Yeet right now. Let's count down in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. So yeah, in the last game, both players got into some respective heavy dig situation, but dealt with it nicely. However, there was an issue that Rhubarb was running into in the 19 speed, had a center forming, but the long mark took too long to come. And by the time it comes, though, Rhubarb's board was already a mess by then. Maoit right now has a Longmar dependency on the left side. It's getting dangerous right now. Oh, Maoit needs some good pieces right now to dig out of this, and these old pieces couldn't get him to the left end. It's gonna be done like that at 2,000 points. Not quite enough to join the Zero Club, but ouch. And Rhubarb is good for game 4, and we got ourselves a decider. Yeah, look at that. Tasty. First quenching decider right here, right now. This is all for the marbles. They're ready from both players. Here we go. Decider time. Let's count us down in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Rhubarb asking Lemao to hopefully make the decider a good one. Well, let's just hope they do, and loving that placement of where the decider bottle is. Looking like that cat is drinking it. I wonder if the decider actually becomes a actual CTM merch one day, where they have a drink factory that actually produces decider drinks. I think it would sell well. A nice teaspoon from Lemao Yeet to begin things. Ooh, excuse me. Pictures for Rhubarb. Pictures for Lemao Yeet answering back. Early days, 97,000 for Lemao Yeet, 99,000 for Rhubarb. Oh yeah, decider could be a G Fuel flavor. Or maybe can compete with G Fuel. Not just compete, destroy the competition. Possibilities are endless, I must say. Oh, blue ring. I saw that image in a blink of time before it got deleted. So yeah. Yeah, of course, people have their own different styles of the rolling grips. Yes, it may not work well for some people, but it works well for them. Yeah. Ooh, Lemao couldn't quite get the O piece over to the left side. Was a little bit too ambitious. Oh, Lemao. Thankfully, that long bar came just in time for Lemao. hangs down and Animals or another one gets it. 210 for Lemaui, 245 for Rhubarb. Maui needing to dig out of this. Rhubarb not exactly the cleanest of stacks either, but in a better looking one than Lemaui right now. Bit of a castle wall formation forming on the left side for Rhubarb. There's for Rubes. Lemaui is going aggressive, setting up for Dirty, gets it. Rhubarb is ready for a triple. Gets it. Slam's ready for a Tetris. Will knock it down. 265 for Lemaui. 308 for Rhubarb. Oh, double flip with the long bar from Lemaui. But thankfully another one came after burning that long bar misdrop out. Gosh, that was a super scary moment there. Could have easily thrown a player off rhythm and yeah, make them top out, but thankfully Maui kept his calm and cool and resolved it nicely. Brilliant work from Lemaui there. $298 for Lemaui, $359 for Vicious Rhubarb. Only about Tetris behind Rhubarb, so it's still a fairly close game. Good all spot for Lemaui right now. Players are closely approaching transition with nice clean stacks. You all know it means business now in a decider. No more mucking around. Nice T-tuck from Lemaui. There is a lot of different ways that you can attack that formation, and one of them is Vanny's favorite, is that I don't really need to mention. Oh yeah, I guess I will mention it for those of you who aren't aware of that. Yeah, Vanny likes line spins. Tetris for Lemaui. So yeah, the thing is though, when I do restreams on my own, well, not on a big channel such as this, typically my audiences are those who pretty much know how the scene works. Pretty much we're like close friends, pretty much, that we know each other, but here in CTM there are people who are like lurkers who aren't aware of things, so yeah, gotta keep those people in mind as well. Rhubarb's transitioned at 567, meanwhile. Lemaui transitioned at 468. So it's about a 100k lead for Rhubarb right now, so Lemaui will need to get some work done on the 19 speed to catch up to Rhubarb. And Rhubarb can play a little bit on 29 as well. So Lemaui knows that really gotta outscore Rhubarb in the 19 speed. Rhubarb gets a triple. Stack is messed up a bit. So is Lemaui's. It's very best to uncover that well, but RNG isn't really allowing Lemaui to do so that easily. Sport is getting whacked for Lemaui right now. Oh, 2 hertz moment with the Z piece, and yeah, that's gonna do it for Lemaui. Lemaui's gonna be done at 542, and Rhubarb is good for game 5 and takes a decider. Will advance to the quarterfinals to take on the winner of Torzsa and Wallbant. GG's, and let us count us down in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Oh, and by the way, Vandy, yeah, that bottom left of the scene, if I'm not mistaken, that's supposed to say 2022, not 2021. I hate to be this person, but yeah. And I noticed that issue when I had this for myself. don't worry. Yeah, we all make that mistake. Some people still think it's 2018. Alright, the players have started. Wallbant exhibiting his rolling abilities by stacking high to begin with. Knocks down a couple of Tetrises. Both with very high left sides. And nice skim with the L piece from Torzsa there. Knocks down the Tetris. Wallbant is looking to deal with the 9th column. Really wouldn't want to stray there for too long because relying on long bars or L or J's to skim to get yourself Tetris ready, or even T's, just isn't that reliable enough of a strategy. We'll look for one more T, L, or J, and then a long bar for a Tetris for the perfect well transfer, and which is what he's doing right now, and does that. Gets the perfect well transfer. Back to traditional right well once again. Fortress well is blocked a bit. Open once again. Both players are Tetris ready. Relatively high stacks. I mean, that's pretty much what you gotta do, and especially in high-level Tetris nowadays. Really got to score as much as you can on 19. Oh, it looks like a mistap with the Z piece from Wallbant right now. Oh, Wallbant, that T piece though. Can he get out of this? Gets the long bar over to the right side. Wow, but Wallbant isn't exactly out of the woods yet. Needs another long bar. Gets it over. Oh my gosh, Wallbant can actually survive this. Keeping calm and collected, putting those pieces where they should go. Oh my gosh, I can't talk right now. I think I bit my tongue. Okay, Wallbant is still digging out of this. But however, really needs RNG to do him a favor right now. But that long bar to the left side, can he actually get over it though? Oh my gosh, gets the long bar over to the left side. Wow. However, Wallbant, oh my gosh, Wallbant, how is this even legal right now? What is this, though? These rollers, man. This is what people have been fearing for. Oh my gosh, Wallbant. I'm not sure. Maybe Wallbant's doing this on purpose for content, and finally succumbed to this type of stack, and he's gonna be done at 183, and Torzsa is good at 237, but, you know, well, commendable effort from Wallbant right now for not giving up. Many players, even rollers, probably would have given up right now. Especially with a horrid stack like that, but Wallbant knew what is possible and persevered, never gave up, and yeah. We are game 2. Time to count us down in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. So yeah, the way how I normally count down in my restreams is that I first speak out the countdown and then wait a second or two before typing it in chat to make sure it syncs. So yeah, like what a lot of other restreamers do, they just set the countdown and type it in chat at the same time. So yeah, incredible survival from Wallbant there. But of course, even if you're a roller though, there are things that you are biting off more than you could chew sometimes. I have a feeling that Wallbant will be the player to watch when they win. He improves his rolling control, I suppose, yeah. But this is game 1 though. We're hoping to see what he's capable of. Wallbant once again. You need to do some digging here. Oh, Torzsa was running into a bit of issue himself as well. Gets a T-tuck, then knocks down Longbar for the Tetris in the 10th column. Wallbant is nice and clean. Now dealing with roll 2. But it's basically nothing for roller. That extra height is just pretty much non-existent. 50,000 for Wallbant. 106 for Torzsa. $25,000 for Wallbant. 9,000 for Torzsa. From what I'm making out of the tiny characters right now, 121 for Wallbant, 158 for Torzsa. Oh, looks like a misshift from Torzsa right now. With that Z piece. I need to do a bit of digging. Opens up a bit of a well. Doesn't really reach the bottom, but it helps when you fill it in. Clear some lines. Torzsa with that double from a long bar is pretty much home and dry. And knocks down a Tetris. Back to scoring position once again. That's a beautiful double with the Z piece from Torzsa there. Wallbant, meanwhile, dealing with some Swiss cheese. Nothing big deal. Oh, looks like a missed 5-tap from Wallbant there with the... Wait, was it 5-tap? Missed 4-tap, 5-tap, whatever it is, but Wallbant missed a tap. It's strange to be saying tap when you're rolling, but of course, you know, technically you do tap the controller a bit, but it's not with the same finger, with different fingers. Full tap, thank you, Gerard Freeman. Wallbant uncovers the well. Transfers the well to the 4th column. Those unfortunate pieces for Wallbant. Makes the stack messy again. Wallbant is feeling tempted to set up for a dirty there, but... Oh, now he's setting it up. Gets a dirty Tetris. 291 for Wallbant, 298 for Torzsa. Torzsa knocks down a Tetris. So is Wallbant. Stacks are clean once again. Torzsa's ready. It's a Tetris. $315 for Wallbant, $369 for Torzsa. Wallbant with a Tetris. There's a Tetris for Wallbant. A row-free dirty Tetris from Torzsa. We need to get the stack settled right before the transition. Torzsa avoids creating double J dependencies. There's a Tetris for Wallbant. Next couple of lines will transition these players. Tetris for Wallbant transitions at 431. Torzsa will transition with a double at 402. This 5-tap from Wallbant with the long bar. Needs to get the long bar over to the left side. Hung the long bar. Can he actually get this one over though? If not, then it's over. Wallbant couldn't get the long bar over to the left side. Unfortunate there. Missing 5 taps. Yeah, sucks sometimes. And Torzsa is good at 440, and we'll take game 2. GG's. Wallbant ready to wumble. Ooh, I like that. Like your attitude and enthusiasm even when you're 2 games down. Alright, time to count us down. Game 3 in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. See ya, Sammy. Asking Wallbant to win 3 games in a row sounds too much pressure putting on, so it would be better to just say Wallbant needs to win this game to stay in this. Oh, now that sounds much better. Wallbant with a little bit of mess to begin with. It's up for a dirty. The longbar come, getting droughted right now. Where is the longbar? Longbar doesn't come. Now forced to burn. Takes a triple, crucially. Where is the longbar for Wallbant right now? How big is this drought? RNG definitely trolling Wallbant right now. My gosh, where is this longbar? Even now, it won't show up. Oh my gosh, you can see it in Wallbant's face right now. Where is the damn longbar? Oh my gosh! What are we just witnessing right now? There it is! The longbar finally came. Tetris for Wallbant at last. Was it in a messy stack right now, but oh, Wallbant missed the rotation with the LPs, and that's gonna be it for Wallbant, I think. Unless you can pull some super miracle, and it's gonna be done just like that at 76,000, and Torzsa's gonna top out at 44,000 as well, so yeah, somehow, it's not a sweep. Oh yeah. Wallbant finally got a bone, despite RNG trolling Wallbant to the core. Suffered an early top out as well, so Wallbant is still in this. Okay, we got to review both players. Game 4. Let's see what's they have it in store. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Oh, are you gonna do this, Vandy? Oh my gosh, you just did. Wait, how do I even do this though? How do I do a scary deep voice countdown? Oh my gosh, does my voice sound normally scary just like that? Oh, I see how it is. Jeez, what is this game so far? Game 1, we see some crazy rolling maneuvers from Wallbant, and in Game 3, Wallbant just gets trapped on by bad RNG. There's a Tetris for Torzsa. And another one. Wallbant looking for a J piece right now. Surely this game couldn't drought Wallbant the J piece. There's a long bar. Oh, that J skin doesn't burn. Torzsa, meanwhile, an L-shaped hole from Wallbant. Covers it to salvage that and turns it into a well of opportunity. But Wallbant decides to burn it down instead. Oh yeah, I just noticed a few days ago that the scary deep voice countdown is back. Yeah, I guess, yeah, make it an expensive channel point so that it will discourage people from wasting it, I suppose. 85,000 for Wallbant, 143,000 for Torzsa. Just for Wallbant. Torzsa with a long bar dependency. Gets a split triple out of that. Still trying to uncover that well. Also, ready for a Tetris once again. Torzsa will knock down a Tetris. It takes it. Clean stacks all around from both players. 159 for Wallbant, 200 for Torzsa right now. Torzsa hits the Z-spin. Nicely done. Tetris ready. Good delay burn with the J. Oops. Saw the onrushing J piece and doesn't go S flat. Nicely done from Torzsa there. $229 for Wallbant, $210 for Torzsa. Wallbant picking his marks. Sees a window of opportunity to create a Tetris well. Does so. Knocks down a Tetris. Torzsa enters right back. 277 for Wallbant, 280 for Torzsa, both at 76 lines. Very neck and neck right now. Torzsa tried to do a delayed burn setup, but didn't have completed rows of lines. The plan to work. Wallbant's getting sparry right now with those S pieces. Torzsa is going dirty, but takes the wise decision and decides to burn it down, which is a decision I thoroughly respect. Wallbant, yeah, definitely needs some of his amazing rolling ability to get out of it, and just like that, Tetris for Wallbant. You can see the difference in their movements of the pieces between the two play styles, dash and rolling. Although to be honest, I thought Torzsa all this time was a tapper though. Tried to learn when I checked his profile that he's a dash player. What? I don't know why I associate certain people with the assumption that they are a certain play style. It just surprised me sometimes. Oh my gosh, I assumed someone's playstyle. Oh my, I'm going to get cancelled as usual. And Torzsa was setting up a delayed vid setup, but then decided to abort it with some burns. So yeah, always nice to have backup plans when the long bar doesn't show up. Nice moves there. Just for Wallbant. This drops the T piece. And transitioned at 441, but not with the best board states. Wallbant. Oh no, Wallbant really needs his roll abilities. He needs it now. Oh, Wallbant's spiraling out of control, and Wallbant's gonna be done at 445, and Torzsa with that Tetris is good. And we'll take the match 3-1. And we'll go on to face Rhubarb. In other words, Rhubarb. Yeah, thank you for participating in this month, Wallbant. We hope to see you again next time. Okay, got ready again from both players. Time to count us down. In the original vanilla mode, so yeah, A-type. Let's go in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Oh yeah, Pumpy will definitely fix that in post. Nice Broden opener from Rhubarb to begin with. Little delayed burn whip from Torzsa there. Rhubarb isn't off to the best of starts right now. RNG really isn't doing Rhubarb much favor right now. J, but keeps getting spammed with L pieces instead of J. What is this? Alright, thankfully, as a roller, Rhubarb can stack his pieces much higher. We have more chances of survival. That is why it is the trend nowadays. It's less straining on your hands. That's why pretty much all of your even grandma and cousins are learning rolling now. It's sweet. 77,000 for Torzsa, 26,000. Dirty Tetris from Rhubarb right now. He's out the stack. Tetris from Torzsa meanwhile. 1 and 2 for Torzsa, 52. Now 125 and 75,000 respectively. There's Tetris from Torzsa. Was that a mistap from Rhubarb with the S piece? Or, yeah, oh yeah, Rhubarb brought that S piece back because he saw the long bar coming to stay Tetris ready. Doesn't want to block the well. I think that makes sense from what I can make out of it. 194 for Torzsa, 107 for Rhubarb. Early days, Torzsa's in the lead right now, but anything can happen between now and then unless they early top out. Tetris for Rhubarb. Torzsa running to some issue right now, has a long red dependency, cleans it up a bit with the J. Some relatively helpful pieces to dig this one out. Rhubarb with that Z burn is home and dry. Knocks on a Tetris, lowers the stack down. Fixes his parity with the T piece. Good adjustment with the O piece to accommodate that S piece nicely. Nicely done from Torzsa. Tetris. And another one. 319 for Torzsa, 273 for Rhubarb. Rhubarb has caught up a bit. Was once a 100k lead, now a 50k lead. Now Rhubarb is only a triple behind Torzsa right now, although you gotta keep in mind that Rhubarb is 8 lines ahead of Torzsa, so Torzsa still has the better pace lead. Oh my god, 80-piece drought game free. Damn, Wallbant. Imagine getting that big of a drought and it's not even world record. I was about to say some words, but you know, don't want to demonetize monthly Tetris. Torzsa with a center well. Gets a long bar for it. Of course, a lot of players would indiscriminately pick some burns to transfer back to the right well, but real players would simply keep on setting up for center Tetris until they find an ample opportunity, allowing when the pieces allow them to transfer the well back to the right side with as minimal as amount of burns as they can. $452 for Torzsa, $441 for Rhubarb, and it is now looking neck and neck. Tetris for Rhubarb transitioned at $473 Torzsa still has 6 lines to go. Could transition with a 500k plus. Should he take this next Tetris? Still doable. Just needs a long bar. Oh, long bar came just when the well is blocked, but there it is. Another one, thankfully. Torzsa will transition at 503. Here's our off and running on the 19 speed. Rhubarb is 12 lines ahead. Super flat stack from Rhubarb. Tetris for Torzsa. 557 for Torzsa. 561 for Rhubarb. These players are so close in score that basically they cancel each other out in 18 play, so it is as if that they never played any 18 at all. It is basically these players are playing 6 Voklap. And for those of you who don't know what it is a Game Genie code where you basically just start on any level and every 10 line you just transition no matter what. Tetris for Torzsa. Rhubarb dealing with some traffic right now. 650 for Torzsa, 632 for Rhubarb. Rhubar's clean once again, and so is Torzsa, but has 2 LG dependencies right now, and now has a L dependency. That left side might be an issue for Torzsa. Takes a crucial, nice skim there. It is also crucial for helping maintain dash control. 699 for Torzsa. Hey now, 707 for Rhubarb. Skim for Torzsa, but however that creates a long bar dependency. Fills it in. Tetris for Torzsa. 736 for Torzsa. 752 for Rhubarb. Kill screen is fast approaching. Can edge a little more score out though. There's a Tetris for Torzsa. 768. Oh, misdrop with the L piece from Torzsa right now. We gotta deal with that. Nicely done, and is Tetris ready again? Tetris for Torzsa retakes the lead, but Rhubarb takes the lead back with a Tetris of his own. 823 right now from Rhubarb. On level 28 right now. He tries best to use his last few lines to pad as many scores as he can. There's another Tetris for Torzsa. Rhubarb, board's getting high, gets a Tetris, looks to get one more. Tetris for Rhubarb, now 901. Onto the kill screen right now. Torzsa really needs one more Tetris, needs to cover that well. Where's the long bar? Torzsa? Oh, where's the long bar for Torzsa right now? The long bar doesn't come for Torzsa. Unfortunately, got droughted at the worst time possible. And yeah, had that long bar come, actually could have made the difference there. Yeah. Whenever you need the long bar the most, it just doesn't come. Unfortunate there for Torzsa. Moment of few from Rhubarb. Game 2 goes to Rhubarb. And there's a hover free from Rhubarb. Let's go with game 3, I believe. Wait, was the last game game 1 or game 2? I don't remember. Oh, go me. Alright, let us count us down in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Closely contested match. The game 1 was decided only by a margin of a single Tetris. Rhubarb with not the best of starts right now to begin things with. 23,000 for Torzsa, 7,000 for Rhubarb. Still looking for his first Tetris of the game. These Z pieces are brutal for Rhubarb right now. Oh my gosh, what is the Z burst from Rhubarb right now? RNG really wants to pick a fight with Rhubarb right now. And another untimely Z piece, my goodness. I envy you, Vandy. I don't know why I'm still using wired headphones. I stick with the program and use wireless instead. I could be pretty much anywhere I like. Alright, 142 for Torzsa, 57,000 for Rhubarb. Torzsa looking for specific pieces to resolve that formation. So, Longbar came just when the well is blocked for Rhubarb, but gets another Longbar, of course. Now it has a center well formation and dirty, no less. Gets it. Dirty Tetris for Rhubarb and another Tetris for Rhubarb. Perfect well transfer as well. Here's a Tetris for Torzsa. Torzsa with the early lead. 240 for Torzsa, 135 for Rhubarb. Rhubarb closing the gap a bit with his Tetris, but Torzsa maintains that lead with a Tetris, but Rhubarb enters back immediately afterwards. Tetris for Rhubarb. The way how Rhubarb zips that long bar straight over to the left side, just like that. Tetris for Rhubarb. There's Tetris for... Wow, that long bar. These rollers. Tetris for Torzsa. 340 for Torzsa, 231 for Rhubarb. Torzsa really not making it easy for Rhubarb to catch up. There's another one. Nice clean solid stacks all around. There's a T-spin setup from Torzsa. It's it. Nicely done. Tetris for Rhubarb. This time going roll 2. There's another one from Torzsa right now. Closely purring to the 100 line mark. And Rhubarb gambled with that T placement, hoping that the JPs doesn't come, but thankfully the T came. Rhubarb was probably thinking about putting that T on 8, 9, 10 to accommodate both L and J. But it's really far into the game for all the players to know what I'm talking about now, though, so let's move on. 436 for Torzsa, 375 for Rhubarb. Torzsa with another Tetris. Another Tetris for Torzsa. There's a Tetris from Rhubarb. Wonder what happened with that T placement from Torzsa there. Torzsa about to transition. Torzsa could transition with 500k. Rhubarb unfortunately is a bit out of the 500k range. However, let's not talk about the score. Let's talk about surviving the transition, though. The board is not looking too great right before transition for Rhubarb right now. Of course, as a roller could get out of things, but Even at this high, oh, Rhubarb! It's gonna top out at 411. Looks like missed roll there, and Torzsa is good for game 2 at 537. GG's. Makes it 1-1. Yeah, of course, you know, as much as it, you know, pains to look at your line count when worrying about pace, it is important to pay attention to it, especially when you're like in the 120s line mark. Make sure you transition smoothly. Okay, we got it ready from both players. Let us count us down in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Everyone is ready. There's that begun once again. Beautiful double with the TPs from Rhubarb. Makes the stack clean and open the well just like that. Knocks down a Tetris. Ooh, Rhubarb counted to 4 just in time. And shifted the long bar back. Nice awareness there. Could have been a didn't count to 4 moment there. Ooh, Torzsa, what happened to his stack? I wasn't even looking at him. It's strange, like diagonal heart formation forming. That uncovers it and cleans it out. No problem at all. Tetris for Torzsa. Early days, 144 for Torzsa, 148 for... Oh my gosh, I'm noticing a drop of frames for stream right now. Right, but I'll just continue reading out what's going on to the best of my abilities. 183 for Torzsa, 184 for Rhubarb. Rub knocks down a Tetris. Solitary Mino, Torzsa's looking to uncover, does so. Oh, Rhubarb was trying to do the spin tucky thing, or what some other players would call it, the spuck, but unfortunately early tucked the Z piece. You know, when you had this plan going in your mind, oh my gosh, this is so cool, I'm going to do that move. But then it all goes to shit when, oh, Rhubarb, all that thought, Rhubarb is in a bit of mess right now, needing to dig out of this. Makes a crucial double, gets a long bar, some beautiful pieces. Rhubarb is drilling the spec down right now. Nicely done. The well is opened. Rhubarb takes a triple out of that. Board nice and low. Able to manage and clean it out nicely. Torzsa, meanwhile, dealing with a hull. Both players aren't exactly having the best of stack right now. Torzsa seem more manageable. Long dependency on the right side for Rhubarb. Gets a Tetris. T. Nice L. Now needs a J or an I. It's an I. Ready for a Tetris. Gets a dirty Tetris. And a Tetris as well from Torzsa. 352 for Torzsa. 270 for Rhubarb. $375 for Torzsa, $273 for Rhubarb. Well, Torzsa looks like a mischief with the eyepiece. Didn't intentionally creating a long bar dependency just like that. Well, Torzsa running into some issue right now with his stack. Takes a nice double with the Z piece. Still not home and dry yet. Creates a long bar dependency, but thankfully the long bar came immediately afterwards. Torzsa opens the well once again. Rhubarb knocks down another dirty Tetris meanwhile. For 11 for Torzsa, 367 for Rhubarb. There's a Tetris for Torzsa. $433 for Torzsa, 370 for Rhubarb. Both players are about to transition. Tetris for Torzsa, looking for one more Tetris for that 500k transition. Rhubarb burns a single into a transition at 378. Torzsa at 503. Torzsa coming into it with a lead, so Rhubarb has to play catch up in 19. Oh, looks like a lost dash and mischief from Torzsa there. Momentary last moment there from Torzsa. However, recollects himself and turns it down, cleans it up again. Nice recovery. Well, it's going aggressive, setting up a center row right now. Oh, long bar came, but it definitely needs another long bar right now. Not taking a triple, only skims it. A single. Boy, Torzsa. Now give this man a long bar. There it is. Tetris for Torzsa. It's looking a bit dicey there from Torzsa there. Going aggressive for that center well Tetris, but paid out for him. Worked out for him, I should say. 575 for Torzsa, 417 for Rhubarb. Torzsa's lead is extending. Nearly 200k. Insane dash control from Torzsa right now. Tetris for Rhubarb. Tetris for Torzsa. 662 for Torzsa. 484 for Rhubarb. Looks like a missed 5-tap from Rhubarb, I assume. Takes a triple. Still has a dependency to resolve, and that's an over-tap with the S piece there from Rhubarb. Both players aren't in the best of conditions right now, and they both need to require some mending. Oh, Rhubarb starting to lose control and missed the 5-tap and hangs the long bar on the left, tops it at 500k, and Torzsa is good for game 3 and makes it. Got it ready from Torzsa and Rhubarb. Time for game 4, crucial one in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Handled it pretty well, Wallbant. Accidental start on a different level, didn't quite see what it is, but I'll take Rhubarb's word for it. Oh, cheeky bit set up for Torzsa and hits it. Wow. Torzsa's just vibing right now. And this audience right now got some groupies to please. Always delivers. Like it. Like that. So yeah, we hope to see what you are capable of, Wallbant. There is always another month. 71,000 for Torzsa in the early going, 69,000 for Rhubarb. For Rhubarb. Tetris for Torzsa. Nice T-tuck from Rhubarb. Hey, excuse me once again. Tetris for Torzsa, Tetris for Rhubarb. Rhubarb has to uncover the well. Of course, just when the well is covered, 2 longbars have to show up. But thankfully another one comes for Torzsa. Tetris for Rhubarb. Rhubarb with a T-spin setup. Will the T come though? Of course it wouldn't come that easily because... And just when Rhubarb decides to fill something else with it, the T comes. As expected. Because the game loves us. 223 for Torzsa, 239 for Rhubarb. Tetris for Torzsa, Tetris for Rhubarb. Ooh, Rhubarb delayed 5 and below. Been a long time for the O to come, but didn't go to plan. Delayed OG? I didn't see it. 16 for Torzsa, 291 for Vicious Rhubarb. Tetris for Torzsa. Rhubarb has the board to stack down, to dig, in other words. Slowly but surely drilling this one down. Because really, you are halted from scoring much when your board is a mess. Rhubarb's nearly home dry, and that LP should do it. Ready for a Tetris. Knocks down the Tetris. 386 for Torzsa. 329 for Rhubarb. $409 for Torzsa. 352. Oh, overshift that L piece Torzsa's just did there. Bring a spanner in Torzsa's work right now, but no issue. And Torzsa decides no thank you to the left well, burns it off, sticks with the right well. $59 for Torzsa, 401 for Rhubarb. Rhubarb, some overroll or misroll, not sure what is it, but yeah, it's a misdrop. Sucks to when you have a longbar and create a longbar dependency via misdrop or misshift by means, and then you, of course, which means you have to require another longbar to fix your misdrop caused by a previous longbar. $552 for Torzsa, $495 for Rhubarb. What a game Torzsa is having right now. might transition with a 600. There's a Tetris. Torzsa needs one more for the 600k transition. And there it is, 601 for Torzsa. Rhubarb transitions at 543. Pretty good transition score as well. So yeah. Something tells me that this will be a high-scoring game for the both players. Just for Rhubarb, and once again the dreaded diagonal heart formation. Lord Rhubarb doing some misdrops. Misses the Vits. Oh no, Rhubarb. Rhubarb definitely needs something like a long bar right now. Board is spiraling out of control for Rhubarb, and Rhubarb is going to be done at 576. Oh no. And Torzsa is good for game 4 and will take the set. That's not dead. And here's the winner scene. Congratulations. Here's that cutesy Pepe face here. Look at all vibing.
Hey everybody, this is your old pal Vandweller, host of Classic Tetris Monthly. If you like this video, hit thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, please subscribe and bang that notification bell. And follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/monthlytetris. Thank you, and have a nice day.